So in the book of Jubilees, chapter 49, it tells the ordinances of the Passover. And I'm going to start from verses 6, if you will. It says, "And all Israel was eating the flesh of the Passover lamb and drinking the wine and was lauding." That means they were dancing and blessing and giving thanks to the most high power of their fathers, and was ready to go forth from under the yoke of Egypt. Egypt is another word for Egypt is bondage. Okay. So they were ready to go from under the yoke of their captivity and from the evil bondage. Don't forget about Exodus chapter 1. It told us what the Egyptians did, how they conspired and have the midwives said whenever one of the Hebrew women are getting ready to give birth to a man child, you destroy that child. Okay, do not allow the man child. Why? Because from the man comes the seed. But if it's a woman or a female child, then yeah, let that child be born. But they wanted to devise a plan to destroy the man child. Okay, why? Because it was prophesied that Moses, that one would be born from out of the children of Israel that would lead, that the Most High would anoint and appoint to lead his people to freedom. Okay, so look, now we know that Yeshua is our Passover. To those in Christendom who may have not studied and they don't know the origins of the Passover. They'll keep Easter, but they won't keep Passover, right? So this particular study, dear family, I pray for whoever names Yeshua, and I'm saying Yeshua, I don't want to be barbaric, like a barbarian to those who don't know or never heard of Yeshua. Yeshua is the name of the Son of the Most High God in the Hebrew. His name is Yeshua, which means Yeshua means my Savior, or Yasha, Savior. So in modern time, a lot of us was given the name Jesus, right? We heard of Jesus, but when you trace the origin of the name Jesus, even when you look into the Greek, when you look at that name Jesus, it says from Joshua, or they would say Yahweh Shai, that some people would say it that way. So that's Joshua. But the Messiah name was Yeshua. Okay? So when you look in the Greek, Jesus, when you say the Zus and the Zeus, that means Zeus. Okay? That was one of the gods. So that name was actually, and I know a lot of people because we cleave, God's people cleave to these names that was given to us. Bondage, that's a part of the bondage. So we received the name Jesus, even under bondage. Okay? So that's not to say that the Most High would not answer the prayers of those who are believing in the person of Messiah. But we're in the time of truth now. Okay? The Most High's truth, his judgments are more to be desired than fine gold. But staying on point though. So we see that they were ready to leave from the what? Leave under the yoke of Egypt, which is bondage, and from the evil bondage. And remember thou this day all the days of thy life, and observe it from year to year. All the days of thy life, once a year, on its day, according to all the law thereof, and do not adjourn it from day to day or from month to month. So even those who might not be in the actual right month, or maybe they're following the moon, right? And the Most High they haven't arrived to getting the unadulterated, raw and cut gospel. There's levels to this. Perfection takes time. Our growing takes time. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time trying to explain, but I do want to appeal if there's some out there who might be hearing this for the first time and they might come across, the Holy Armor Ministries YouTube channel, or they might hear some of the music that me as a musician, as Elder T. Haymon the Hebrew, I put songs different places, and they might have heard and say, well, they put that name in Elder T, and then they wind up at the ministry site. So this particular night is the most important night through all of the Most High's feast days. Okay, Deuteronomy 16:16 says that all the males, 20 and above, must appear before the Most High's, when they had the temple or the tabernacle. When the tabernacle was established, then they must appear before the Most High, where the Most High's name is, to do what? To present their offering, their gift to the Most High. As the Most High have blessed them, He has blessed us with life, first and foremost. So let us thank the Most High for the precious breath of life, right? And then ultimately, we know that He worked His plan of salvation or redemption through the dearly beloved Son of His love. But staying on point, middle of verse 7 says that what? And observe it from year to year, all the days of thy life, once a year on its day, according to all the law, or Torah. Law means Torah, that means the way thereof, and do not adjourn it from day to day. In other words, don't put it off. Don't neglect it. For it is an eternal ordinance and engraven on the heavenly tablets regarding all children, or all the children of Israel, that they should observe it every year on its day, once a year, throughout all their generations. Now listen to this. And there is no limit of days, for this is ordained for what? Verse 9, or the end of verse 8? Forever. This is ordained forever, dear family.